For Module 3, Lesson 18 problem set, what we're going to do is we're going to depend on the standard algorithm. And what you'll see is you just have 2 pages worth of practice problems related to the standard algorithm. So, standard algorithm is also known as long division. So it says solve using standard algorithm, check your quotient and remainder by using multiplication and addition. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do maybe 3 or 4 problems. What I like to do is I like to create space. So this will be where I do my standard algorithm, and this is going to be where I check my work using multiplication and addition. So let's get started. We're going to do 46, that is our dividend, and our divisor is 2. And I start by asking myself, how many times does 2 go into 4? And I know that happens 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4, so the 4 minus 4 is 0, and I bring down the 6. Now I move on to the next place value, and I ask myself, how many times does 2 go into 6? And in this case, we know it is 3 times. So 2 times 3 is 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. So our answer is going to be 23 with a remainder of 0. To check this work, I'm going to take that 23, my answer, otherwise known as the quotient, and divide it, multiply it by 2, what I divided by. So 3 times 2 is 6, 2 times 2 is 4, 46 is the same thing. I didn't end up having to add the remainder because it was 0. All right, let's move to this bottom one. So in this case, we're going to have 53 divided by 3. So 53 is going inside of my division symbol, and 3 is on the outside as my divisor. I'm asking myself, how many times does 3 go into 5? And we know that happens 1 time. 3 times 1 is 3. 5 minus 3 is 2. At this point, I can't take any more 3's out of this remaining 2, so I'm going to bump to the next place value and bring it down. And now I'm asking myself, how many times does 3 go into 23? And I know that 3 goes into 23 7 times. Now, it doesn't equal 23, but it's as close to 23 without going over. 3 times 7 is 21, and 23 minus 21 is 2. So our answer is going to be 17 with a remainder of 2. To check that, I'm going to take that 17, multiply it by what I divided by. So 7 times 3 is 21. Drop the 1, carry the 2. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 is equal to 50. Okay? And then at this point, we're going to take that remainder and add it. 51 plus 2 is going to be 53, which is the same thing over here. Okay? So long division, place value by place value, and then take your quotient and multiply it, and then add your remainder. Let's look at one more problem. We'll look at 95 divided by 8. We know that 8 goes into 9 1 time. And if we can go place value by place value, that's going to make it slightly more easier to navigate. So 8 times 1 is 8. 9 minus 8 is 1. I cannot take any more 8's out of 1. So now I bring out the 5. And I ask myself, how many times does 8 fit into 15? And I know it's only 1 time, unfortunately. And when I subtract 15 minus 8, it's going to be 7. 7 is lower than 8, so I can't take any more 8's out. So the answer is going to be 11 with a remainder of 7. Over here, I'm going to take 11 times 8, and that's going to be 88. And then I'm going to have to add my remainder of 7. 8 and 7 is going to be 15. 8 and 1 is going to be 9. 95 is the same thing as 95. I know that I did my problem correctly.